I don't know if you've ever been attacked by a swan. It's weird.
They could care less as long as you don't have a gun or knife. They're like, go ahead.
We'll just put an SPCC lane here, just right here.
It's the worst, most bitched out clap I've ever seen. My hands missed each other. How's it going, guys? My name's Kieran Franco, and welcome back to episode 67, Professional as Always, of our podcast. We are sponsored as always by Love Pizza, Monte Carlo, and Price Royale, and I'm joined by my two co-hosts, JAZMYNNE Sierra and TALAL JOMAR.
Here for the hat trick.
Here for the 3 in a row. Here we go, 3 in a row.
And today we're going to learn how to clap.
Yeah. So I tried to clap, and my hands missed each other. Like I look like a penguin clapping.
Yikes.
But welcome, guys. You're all first time in my flat as well.
Yeah, it's a big mistake you've made. Show me where you live, because I'll be in Belfast some night with no way home, and I'll rock up here.
Oh, there's a spare room. Like,
that's fact. Like,
there's a spare room, but a guy lives in it. Like, but you can climb in bed beside him and snuggle up.
This is the cleanest house I've ever seen in my life.
See, I think it's messy at the minute, which is like weird. Like, I brought Bruno was in here after the gig to use the toilet.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm really sorry about the bathroom and all. And Bruno was like,
she's probably laughing.
Yeah, she's like, what are you talking about? And I was like, there's like mold on the bath there, and she was like. And obviously Bruna had the fucking cured it. So she was, what you want to do, kid, is you want to pour
light it all on fire.
You want to pour bleach over it and then pat it down and all. And I was like, I need to try that. So yes, you're all very welcome. Big week for you both. Talal, you were in the old country,
yes.
My old country, Italy, and Jazz, you were on TV.
I was on TV.
Yeah, first TV debut. How you feeling?
I mean, it's cool. It's different because obviously we recorded it at the beginning of summer. So then, like, you have so many gigs between then and now, and then you watch it and you're like, but it was cool.
Happy. You know what was the coolest thing about it? Instead of, as Roy McSwiggan said, sitting home and watching, you were out gigging that night at Chicken Box.
That was fun.
It was good crack. Like,
you did great.
Thank you very much. Same to yourself. We trip up the Derry as well. And then there were like 20 acts on as well.
Yeah.
I've never gigged in Derry ever.
Ever?
Never, no.
Have you ever done like a brickwork training or?
No, never. Never done.
It's always lovely, I think.
I know. I must actually get up. Must actually give them, because I have been asked. Up, but I just say just be like working all the week, and then to be like, no. They're going for a spin.
It's been a few.
But I will.
You'll get yourself down to the Chicken Box.
I really want to do it. I want to do. Is it Bannigan's? Is that the two?
Oh, Bannigan's is Chicken Box. Brickworks is the other one there, but
right,
it's classic, so it is.
Yeah, I'll do that.
They're really fun, like. But yes, and how was Italy, my man?
I'm gonna say this. I'll not be back. It's 1 out of 5 on TripAdvisor.
Italy?
Yeah.
The country or the area?
Shithole. And it must have just been the area. I was in Varese, right? Now,
Lake Como?
Now, it was advertised that we were going to Lake Como. I was closer to Loch Ness than I was fucking
Lake Como.
Like, never seen Lake Como yet. Like, but the area we were staying in, our hotel was like at the top of a mountain, like a mile up. So like even to go down to the shop like was not happening.
Can I ask you a question? Are you an arms dealer? Like, why do you end up in all these mental locations?
You come to my country. No. Just like where I work is like a big like world dealer conference.
Send you to the most dangerous places.
Makes it worse. Makes it worse. It's a world dealer conference, you know. But
the world's arms trade.
Yeah,
conference.
the food was horrific. Like the food was like before we went, everybody said to me, "You're gonna love Italian food." Awful.
Shut up, was that just a wee bit of pizza or a wee bit of pasta?
I never had pasta yet. Can you believe that? In Italy, not had one bit of pasta or ice cream or pizza.
In Italy, there was no pasta.
Oh, because like all our meals were like set, so they were like conference things. So they gave us like the real like authentic Italian. So it was like cold meats with like fancy breads, and they don't like,
quail eggs and stuff.
There's no
Lunchable?
There's no bread. There's no fucking butter in Italy. What's that about? Give me a bit of bread or give me a bit of butter from a bread at least. Like it's just all dry bread. Like
was it warm at least there?
The day we landed was thunderstorms, like the worst rain I've ever seen. Second day was an absolute scorcher. That's when we went to the vineyard.
Yeah.
And so I had to take like the wives of all like our dealers and stuff, and like most of them are in their like 50s, 60s, 70s who live a real high life because all their like husbands are multi-millionaires like
from the arm street.
Yeah. And I was told, and they were like, right, Talal, you cannot get them drunk. And I was like, we're going to a vineyard. Literally, you know, we had 3 hours, and the guys were just pouring wine like mad because he knew they were all loaded. Like they'd spent thousands buying wine to bring home. You know, they all got off the bus at like 4:30 back at the hotel. Side roads, like.
Oh, fucking steaming, like.
Yeah, and all thought I was their fucking best mate. Oh, this guy's fucking crazy. It's like,
they're all absolutely Spandau Ballet. Like.
Yeah. It was class. Like that was nice. Like, and I went to Lake Maggio, I'm gonna call it.
Lake Maggio, the B-Tech version, Lake Como, like.
Yeah, it was nice. We were out in a boat, but then it got dark and you couldn't really see much, like. But it was nice, like. It was grand. But I was just expecting so much, like. But then I judge a hotel. See if I have to use a proper key to get in the door. Nah, that's not a hotel, like.
Jeez, there was one.
Give me a key card. You know what I mean?
Or a fingerprint as well, in the really fancy ones.
Yeah.
There was one in Vegas where you could fingerprint. My aunt and uncle were staying in, so they take your fingerprint at the start, and then that's how you're able to get in.
That's unbelievable. And like some hotels I've stayed in this year, everything in the room was like voice activated. So it would have been like turn lights off or turn lights on. This one, it was like
open up that door there, big lad.
Yeah, like one. I think in the bathroom in my hotel there was a pump to get the water going in the sink.
What? Was the bed at least clean?
The bed was clean, but I was just like trying to pump this. I was like, how do I turn the fucking tap on here and how to pump it up?
That is fucking.
Was there a continental breakfast?
Yeah, see, I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big breakfast guy because like. At them things we do a lot of like drinking to like late at night, so I'm literally getting up as I have to get in the bus to go somewhere else, like. So
this is a double espresso, man, to start the day.
Espresso,
like,
double espresso, Red Bull, like, or don't speak to me, you know.
What about Monster Energy, or is that too much?
I don't. Nah, it's shite. Has to be Red Bull or nothing.
Yeah.
You know? Red Bull, straight Red Bull.
It cuts the mustard away.
Cuts the mustard. It is my shit, like.
Well, Jasmine, first time on the pod. You want to introduce yourself, originally from Florida?
Yes, originally from Florida, unfortunately.
And how long have you been in the Occupied Six? Sorry, Northern Ireland. This podcast goes full Republican the other day.
Yeah.
I would say I've been here about 2 years.
Leifon, how you find it?
I love it. I love it.
What's the biggest culture shock since you've been here?
Biggest culture shock, not using like a tumble dryer every time I dry my clothes.
Yeah, that is.
I think that was the hardest transition for me.
What the fuck? I was trying to play along there, but
not leaving the sunshine state to go to the fucking cold weather.
Well, no, I don't care about any of that. I love cold weather. I love like a sad day, but I like. I do. But I also like the convenience of drying my clothes.
See.
It's pretty specialist there, isn't it?
Yeah. I had a tumble dryer in uni, and because it was really aggressive, so it was.
Yeah.
Like it was just a really mad bastard. Like it would be like shaking and all when it was. I suppose that's what it's meant to do. Like,
yeah.
But I was like, this is angry. Like, so I never used it.
I love it. Then if I don't want to iron, I could just throw it in the dryer and let it go.
Does it iron it as well?
Yeah, it'll de-wrinkle things.
The ones in America?
Yeah.
I need to get on to my dad here. This big fella. Any chance Santa can deliver a tumble dryer?
That's actually where I'm coming from there. Smith's toy store, just left a whole load of toys there.
For
just
Christmas?
Just for myself. You know?
New Hot Wheels racing set.
I was thinking we could play with it later, you know.
Guys, want to talk to one of our sponsors, Monte Carlo. Monte Carlo, when I used to work on an off license, was my source of lunch, breakfast sometimes, and a lot of time dinner. I would go there flat out. The Southern fried chicken wrap used to, after a delivery shift, get me through to the edge of the end of my shift. It is value for money like I have never seen. Available in Belfast, available in Lurgan. It should be available on your doorstep when you use the new delivery app. Unbelievable stuff, guys. We've been really, really grateful to be sponsored by them. And see, to be honest, when I leave here tonight, I think there's a Southern fried chicken wrap with a curry chip on the side as well, coming right up. We were watching, that was before the podcast, watching the Arsenal match down in my local, and a load of boyos were like screaming, going, fucking shit. And there was a wee girl who obviously was taking their word at it, and she just burst into tears crying. And I felt so bad, like, 'cause every time a goal went in, someone was screaming, fuck's sake. And this wee girl was sitting bucking in tears. I was like, guys, can we all keep it down? There's a child here.
Why is there a child there, though?
That is true. It is a rough enough bar as well, so it's kind of like, fuck's sake, I hope I haven't just said the name of the bar as well, because that... I
hope you didn't say the name of the dad who brought the kid.
We'll just put an SPCC lane here, just right here.
If you think your child has recently been taken to watch an Arsenal match, You can make contact here.
Yeah.
But yes, guys, there's a few topics I want to talk about recently, like that have been in the news. And first is, have you seen this breed of dogs that are getting banned?
Yes.
Yeah.
What are they? H2 bullies or something? Or
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
2XL.
Yeah. So I was trying to figure out. I couldn't really make up an opinion on it. So I went in and asked the thickest person I work with, being like, "What's your opinion on it?" And she was like, "It's the owners, not the dogs." So I'm like, I think the dog should be banned now.
See, I'm a real dog person, so I would also agree that it's how the dog's reared. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not a pet person. I could care less.
Yes, I don't like.
I'm like, whatever.
I just seen the headline 2XL bullies and went, "Oh, thank fuck, I'm 3XL." You know, that's me. Thank God.
There was a boy in Best of Free yesterday, and he looked exactly like Pitbull, and everyone kept calling him Pitbull, and I went up, "When I ain't calling you Pitbull, it's unfair. Triple XL American Bully." And then he left after like 3 acts. Like,
I know. Well, we all said something to him.
yeah, and then when he was leaving, Justin Freeman said apparently he walked up, went, "Nice American jokes," and dug him. But I think it was more like, "Nice American." But Justin was like, "I've been shot."
Because like I've never had any bad experiences with a dog, but there used to be when I was younger. I'd have worked with my uncle on his farm. I'd have been a real farmer when I was growing up, you know, which is kind of. You know, like, well, from I was about 10 to I was about 18, like, I worked on a farm, like, you know, strawberries and carrots and all, like, shite fucking childhood, like. And, you know, over the fucking summertime, all my friends were playing, I'm like, no, I'm stuck in a field, like, you know. But anyway, the most vicious animal I ever come across was Huey the goose.
The goose?
Huey the goose. He'd absolutely destroyed it. Like, I used to jump out of the van, and the owner, like, not had him trained, but he'd made like a noise and set the goose off, and he went, sorry, it wasn't a goose, a fucking swan.
Fuck
a swan, sorry, not a goose, a swan, and the thing would have absolutely like packed the legs of you, like it was fucking vicious wee fucker, everything.
I remember, like,
I don't know if you've ever been attacked by a swan. It's weird.
I'll go down to the waterworks tonight and be like, "Come on, little big lad, come on."
They are vicious as fuck, man. Huey the swan.
They've got those necks that, you know, that are skinny, so they can kind of go.
I was like, I don't want to kick a swan, but then I was like, fuck it. Like, I used to get big, massive bruises in my legs, like, and I was like, fucking weird. It just and it spreads its wings like this, like fucking coming at you, like, what the fuck is this? Like, it just hated me, like, fucking racist swans, man.
It is the
Swans.
It's bred into them down there. They can't help themselves.
You're the minority today.
I am, yeah.
Oh.
This feels good. I feel like I don't really know. Yeah.
You must have a quota to hit for the year, have you? Since
Okay.
it
There's 2 of them on at the end.
It took us a year and a half to get a woman on.
Am I the first woman on?
Yeah, you're the first woman on. Took a year and a half. So well done. Well done. That's fucking.
Well done.
Sorry.
I had to work twice as hard.
And the first thing you talked about was tumble dryers. Well done.
We're talking intellectual. How many swans have you punched over the last year? But people,
We have
swans,
cranes
man.
in Florida, which are about the size of you. Like, I'm not even like being funny. Like, it's about the same height as you, and they will
5'8", yeah.
yeah, sure.
They're like shit house.
And then, but they will come towards you as well. And a little bit scarier than swans. We also have gators. We get chased by gators.
Yeah, well, you win. No, you win.
Can you have gators as pets in Florida?
I don't think so, no.
I'd love to have like a big tiger, you know, like Scarface.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be lethal.
Not cutting out the house. It'd be like have one in the back garden. Well, the back garden, it's communal. So my next door neighbour would be like, "Kieran, fuck you gotta keep that tiger on a leash." Because people say it's not the dog, it's the owner. But like, I met the owner below my psycho neighbour, and I was all, "Well, what are your dogs called?" And he went, "Ice and Fire," and I went, "It is definitely the owner." Like,
Ice and Fire.
yeah, it's like it's definitely the owner.
In that case, it's the owner.
Because his dog took a big bite into one of my flatmate. This was February time, and I was out watching Champions League. Oh shit! And he rang me, and I was like 6 pints deep, and he was like, "Kieran, his dog's just taking a chunk out of my leg," and I was like, "Oh, bro, you got that dog in you now?" And then he was like, "It's like, Kieran, I think I need to go to the hospital." And then obviously he's from England, so doesn't have, like, I'm the only guy he knows here. So my mum, I text her sort of like, "You're never going to believe what happened. This is hilarious, right?" The dog just bit him, and then my mum, like, straight over here in the car, took him to hospital, and he was like, "Kieran, the experience of 6 hours in the hospital waiting to be seen with your mum, I'd rather just let the dog maul me." She just comes out with the most sectarian statements. Like, I went to, there's a restaurant in East Belfast called Cypress Avenue. fancy enough restaurant. I went with friends for someone's birthday. My mum was like, "What the fuck's he doing eating over there, East Belfast? Like, what the fucking? They have restaurants and all. Do you know they've got restaurants there now?" It's like,
Yeah.
but yes,
That's class. I love that.
there's been another trend on Twitter I want to talk about. What's the best celebrity interaction you've ever had? I feel like you two might have a good story about this.
Oh.
Jazz, any celebrities in Florida? Any people you met in the circuit when you performed in the American scene? Because you've been going for 8 years, I think, and stand in the 7 years in the American scene. Firstly, and then
I mean, nothing like, I don't have like a crazy story, but I could tell a story about a famous person I've met.
yeah, cool.
Okay.
yeah.
That's kind of the point. Yeah. The first comedy competition I ever did was in Philadelphia, and it was called Philly's Funniest Person.
Not bad.
And I made it to the second round. During the second round, I had just did my set, and then someone else went up and did their set. And after he finished his set, I was like, I'm going home. And, and I literally left because I knew there was no possible way I could win. And it was Shane Gillis.
Wow.
Fucking hell. And did he won the competition
He
then?
won the competition, and then he hosted it the next year. And I competed again and lost again.
Because you've told me about the scene in America where it's like one spot and 300 people all going for it. Like, it seems just cutthroat. Well, here there's sometimes feels like it's like a team sport.
Sounds like our wee comedy club on a Tuesday. Which everybody should go to. It's fantastic.
The Q bunking. That was a big scandal. But no. So it's like when you say like sort of to get an open mic, would you have to just nail your best 5 minutes and stick with that until you've sort of built a platform in each of the sort of open mics? Or
You need to always have new stuff.
oh, serious?
They don't want to, because at the end of the day, like if you have the same room and 500 people who can put new stuff in front of people, they're going to put that up before they put something that has been said 10 times in the city.
But I think that's almost good to keep you writing and keep you sort of active, like, because I think a lot of the times in my head I'm like, I'll just do the old stuff, but then I'm like, you get more into the flow, and I don't know, when it comes to writing, I think the first 10 minutes I'm like, this is shit, because then it takes you a while to get into the flow of it. Like, do you have any was it only Philly, or did you done a few in New York as well?
I did some in Philly, I did some in New York, and I did some stuff in Jersey because I was in the tri-state area, so like it's only like not far drive at all to
from Philly to New York and stuff?
Yeah, it's only an hour to New York, and it was like 10 minutes for me to get to Jersey.
That's lethal, like. So where's the best out of the three?
Philadelphia.
Yeah,
only because New York was such a like, you never knew, like I had to work my way up to a certain time, otherwise I'd be put on at like 2 a.m. in front of like 3 drunk guys, and then but after showing up for a couple years, then they're like, okay, we'll give you a 10 p.m. slot, okay, we'll give you a 9 p.m. slot.
Oh, so you get to know them and then they become sound.
Because isn't like stand up different in America? Isn't like the headliners sort of go on first or like in the middle?
Yeah, they get like preference in spots, but then if somebody big comes in or somebody who's known or better, they can come in and bump and take whatever spot they want.
I was watching a documentary in the Comedy Store, and I forget who the comedian was, like, but he was probably notorious for just showing up when a guy was meant to do his first headline spot and just bumping him off and being like, nah, and then doing 40 minutes and stuff, and it eats up into the night.
That's such a Pete Giffen move.
Pete's still out. God wish him well. God bless him.
Wish him well, surely.
The kneecapping is still taking him out, like, guys.
Yeah.
He needs to cut it out.
And just wheel him on the stage in a wheelchair.
Just wheel him on the stage. I was on stage with a walker.
A what? Yeah.
In November. Yeah, I was literally paralyzed from the waist down and still showed up. He can do it. You can do it, Pete. I believe in you.
My idea is he gets wheeled on in a wheelchair, and then if the set doesn't go well, the MC can go, sorry about that, folks, and push him off.
Just roll him down.
Yeah, it's not even like
that was really good. See you later.
But imagine having like a stinker and then having to like slowly hobble off stage as if because when you have a stinker, you just want to. I've never had one, but when you know when somebody else has a stinker and you watch them slow get off stage, can't make it off stage as quickly as possible.
I couldn't do it. I don't know how he's doing it. I feel so bad for him.
Yeah, I was like, I need to get down. I think next Saturday we're going to go down and record a pod, catch up with him and stuff, and it'll be good to have obviously love having you guys, but like I also like I feel like I'm
white people.
If I'm gonna say I'm sick of being a minority, okay, guys.
Miss the OGs, of course.
I like being in power, and it's a height thing. But because like I remember like when you say like coming off stage and you've had a bad one, one of the worst times was in Dublin. I'd done a gig and then I came off stage and like everyone was sort of real friendly in the green room, but then I like silence for 10 minutes. I got flashed early. I got flashed about 6, and he was probably doing me a favour. Like, he landed me from a mice and man. He was like, just get this guy, put him out of his misery. Like, and then I came off stage and like I walked into the green room and I went, all right, everyone, and everyone just looked away from me. They didn't even say like, oh, well done, or you'll get him next time. It was just on their phone, and I remember thinking like, I'm never coming back to this city again. And I did. The week after, I died again.
Yeah. I've also never done Dublin.
Huh?
Yeah.
I've also never done Dublin either.
Dublin?
No, but
it's hard. I think really hard. Like, and
is it because it's quite touristy? Is it like you get people?
Yeah, and at the time I was doing this bit that seemed to work in sort of, well, Belfast, or like a Belfast 9/11 bit that's, and something to do with Pearl Harbor. And I got up and was all, and then I got up and was like, and the crowd were all Americans, and I went, we just hear this here, and just told it, and you just heard ooh, and then everyone just sort of went, and then there was an Indian couple at the front, and then they were just kind of like. And then I was like, don't worry, the Indian material's coming up soon. You'll be loving this.
Yeah.
But Talal, you any weird celebrity interactions?
Celebrity interactions? I'm trying to think of the famous person I've ever met as. We say celebrity interactions. I had one where I was front row at a Kevin Bridges. I don't know if I talked about this in this podcast before, but I was front row at a Kevin Bridges podcast, Kevin Bridges show. Aye.
And did he get spit on you?
Ripped me to absolute shreds. Like,
was this a recent one this year, or was
no? It was like his first time doing the SSE. Like, I was front row, like, and destroyed, like, ripped me to pieces. Like, absolutely destroyed me.
You see a lot of boys in the early days. Kanye West in the SSE.
Kanye West,
Kevin Bridges. Like,
I'm old as shit. You're all young. I'm old as.
Kanye West isn't old.
When was his first album?
2005.
Yeah.
That's not
Was it-
old.
That was 20 years. No, was it?
It's 18 years ago. Like,
I'm 30.
yeah, I'm 34.
You may as well be on your deathbed, bro.
Like, old as shit. Like
what are you doing comedy?
People always say to me, like, "Oh, life short. It's not. It's long as shit."
Yeah.
I'm bored, man. I ain't doing that. 34 years, not a chance, man.
During COVID, when everyone was like sort of grim, I remember texting my mum, and at the time I'd kind of been not doing too, like, I'd stuck in the house just wrecking my head, and I remember messaging my mum, but like just a throwaway comment going, isn't it class how fast time's going, get me in that coffin. But she was like, she replied and like rang him going, ring me right now, and all. I was like, it's just a throwaway comment, it didn't mean anything bad, like. But my sister's a psychologist, you know, and sometimes you'll make like a wee throwaway comment, like, say, like, I done something, oh fuck, I wanted to kill myself. She was like, what do you mean you want to kill yourself? What do you mean by that?
And then the next thing a day I'll pass and she'll text me going, or she'll ring me going, now the other day at like 16, 14 you said, I was like, yeah, because it's just a thing that everybody, it's just a thing, no, sometimes it's like a,
I say it all the time. It's like,
yeah.
But you learn who you can and you can't say it in front of.
She's psychoanalyzes everything, like.
Yeah. Look, McGee, when I messaged him, like, something like, I feel like whacking my head against the wall here. And then just a throwaway comment, fair play to him, legend, just shit away. Are you out, man? Yeah.
That's a good friend.
Yeah, I was like hyperboling it.
He put up a book one time on like his Instagram story, but whatever way it looked like he was just taking a photograph, but didn't mean to have the book in it. And he was like, holy shit, is he okay? I messaged him straight away. I was like, look, is everyone okay? Like, you know, and he was like, yeah, it's fine. As he goes, why? I goes, look at your Instagram story.
What was the book on?
It was like 10 ways to kill yourself. Something like that. It was something like. And I was like, what's going on here? And then he was like, no, because I didn't realise what he'd done for a job.
Yeah. Because fucking hell, he sent me a book for my, because I opened it up. I got a package sent to my house, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, is it? And it's like for Kieran Franco, and I went, right, someone knows where I live, and I remember like slowly opening it up, and I was like, is this going to be like fentanyl or something, or like I'm going to open this up and be like, what do you call that thing, like the
dildo,
a nail bomb? Well, you can nail someone with, but
oh well, you can, but
yeah. It's certainly the bomb. And it was like a book called The War of Art, about how to just sit down and read, and I was like, that's a lovely gift. Like,
is it? It's not John Sue, but it's
John Sue.
Is it John Sue? Not the rapper.
I was born in Belfast, shotgun shells.
But it is John Sue, isn't it? Yeah.
I met him.
You did? Oh, was that at the gig, the Weed Festival gig?
The Weed Festival that we did, yeah.
Cool.
Thank God he had They didn't have microphones.
At the gig?
And he had brought a microphone, and we're like, can we borrow that for comedy?
Wow. No microphones.
Yeah.
But so they'd expect you at an outdoor festival to be like, how's it going, guys?
They were nice people. They were nice people. They were tight. They were chilling.
Ah, shit, man.
Microphones? What the fuck are they?
Couldn't even be mad. It was a good time.
Can you try and shout? Can you raise your voice?
Where's the mic? Who's Mike? You know what I mean?
There's a gig, East Laughs, and they were like, the microphone isn't going to work, but it's in a church. So I was like, I feel like Ian Paisley here walking about going, what's the deal with Catholics and them having rights these days? We need to knock that in the head, folks.
Well, no, what did we do? Any celebrity interactions?
There was the Conan O'Brien one, I think I showed you a couple weeks ago.
Andrea Bartelli. Fucking
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, his dick, yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's the weirdest one. Yeah, it's seen his dick.
I don't know. Have we asked this? Was he packing heat?
Oh, packing hate, yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me when to stop.
And stop. Yeah. but on the way out, I went, Andrea, you have a small dick, so he doesn't know. He's never seen one.
He's never seen a dick.
Was he born blind?
He's blind.
Oh.
What a gift and a curse at the same time. Like, fucking.
He was packing hate, yeah.
I've told you about my friends, like, and it was just like, yeah, I came out, we were on holiday, and I seen it, and I was like, lad, what the fuck? Like, you need a license, that thing. And, like, I was like XL American bullies look less threatening than that. What do you call it? Ice or fire? Fucking.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! But I don't know. The weirdest celebrity interaction was the Conan O'Brien one, where we drove past him on the street,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Yo, Conan lad, give us a wave," and he went, "Hang on," and then put his photo of his Guinness in, and then fought off of it, and then I put it up on Instagram, and then later on, my uncle, who lives in America, was like, "I was watching the Conan O'Brien show last night, and you were on it, your video," and I went, "Cunt took my fucking video without my permission." Like, fuming.
At least get me like a follower, so I mean, get me.
Let, let you do a set or something.
Yeah, let me come out and be like, Catholics, Protestants, I guess. But I came out and I was like, my mum messaged me, going, "Kieran, don't worry, I'll handle this." And I went, "Right, Catholic mass, she'll deal with it." Like, and she emailed the Conan O'Brien show going, "That was my son's video. I think you should at least let him go on the show." And I was like,
So embarrassing.
That's unbelievable.
That's so embarrassing.
but I was
That's
like
unbelievable.
19, working in a shop, and I started walking about the shop being like, "Listen, I'm not going to be here for much longer."
I moved on a big thing.
Yeah, I was like, "I'm only here because my mom doesn't like me being left in the house by myself." So.
Yeah, that's class, man. Conan O'Brien, what a gay.
Yeah, and like he was in Belfast for the Game of Thrones rap party. He was hosting it or whatever. And then I remember seeing Jon Snow outside Aoife and Echo, which is now called the Deer's Head. And I was like, "You like, can I have a photo?" And he went, "No." Just straight up went, "No." And I went, "Why not?" And he was, "I've had a few drinks, so I don't want to be taking a selfie where I could look steaming." I was
He
like,
was odd, clearly off his head there.
Yeah. He was like, he was like, I've had a few drinks, lads, so his jaw is kind of pinging.
The ice can give me the cold. You know what I mean? Fucking tube.
Shut the White Walker in the bathroom. And winter has come.
Were you in Game of Thrones? No, were you an extra for Game of Thrones?
No, did you ever do?
No. Fuck.
I tried to apply. I was an extra in not Liam Neeson as his mate, Jimmy Nesbitt. I was in a Jimmy Nesbitt show about him killing his wife. Remember that Korean dentist?
Yeah.
Had his wife whacked?
Yeah.
Not wax, she's not in the mall, but like
It's Italian coming out to you.
yeah, it's a fucking
Sleeping
get
with
rid
the
of her.
fishes.
But she, that was like obviously he was a really Christian guy, the dentist, and it was meant to be in a Baptist church, so I had to go like fruit steps of Jesus and everyone singing and all, and then basically the next day I was asked to come back the next day, but for some reason I went and got a haircut in between the takes and came back in the next day with an undercut, and they were like, "What are you fucking doing?" So I only got to do one day of it.
No way.
Guys, I want to talk to you today about one of our sponsors, Prize Royale. Prize Royale are the newest way to win unbelievable gifts, from cash prizes to Pokemon cards. They've got it all, and you can sign up on Facebook or for your email account. And let me tell you one thing about Prize Royale. See, if you don't win first time around, you're not out of it. You can watch online on Facebook the live draws, and me and myself and the other podcast boys, as you might have heard us talk in recent podcast episodes, have been buying tickets online as well, trying to get in on the action. And let me tell you, even if I'm not winning, it's worth the buzz of watching that live draw, guys. Thank you very much. Enjoy today's episode.
Have you seen the new movie Patrick Keatley's in, Ballywalter?
Probably what? No, isn't it good?
It's pretty good. Yeah, it's not the kind of. It's not what I was expecting. You know, it's a bit depressing, but there's a couple like funny bits in it too. Like, you know, but
He's
it's
doing well for himself.
It's definitely worth a watch. Like, it's definitely worth a watch. Like,
What about in the future? Talal Jomar, late show host. Can you see it? I can see it. Yeah,
100%. Yeah. I'd love to be like super famous, like, because I've been in the news all the time for like real stupid shit. You know, like,
punching a swan.
it's gonna hurt.
I feel like when you're famous, you're gonna have a bunch of rings on your hands.
Yeah.
No, I hate jewelry. Like,
But I think when you're famous, you'll love it.
no.
You strike me as a matching tracksuit guy when you're famous.
Oh yeah. Much attracted guy sort of now.
Every color.
Yeah. What's the thing if you were to get super famous, you would hate to be like done. Obviously, the top, like, not Russell Brand spec of like controversy, but what's the one thing you'd be like, oh, I hope this doesn't happen? Like,
What was yours be? I need to.
I don't know. I just have a lot of incriminating videos online that I haven't found a way to get offline.
Yeah.
And I just know they're going to resurface if I ever go beyond D-list celeb.
How bad are these videos?
They're bad.
Are you beheading someone or something?
yeah, like what?
I would be cancelled immediately.
Oh, right, okay.
I want to see these videos.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, me too.
I had a different last name, so I'm safe, but only safe for so long.
But the same face, so
yeah. Just seeing. I don't know if there's a detective in the room. He could maybe put a bit of an angle. Now, folks, this might be hard to believe, but this is the same person.
I don't know. I mean, something stupid, like throwing like a Red Bull can out of the window of a car. I'd be something stupid like that.
Littering?
You know?
Doing a Jimmy Carragher.
Yeah,
Spitting on someone.
No,
Talal
never
hates
spit
the
on-
earth.
yeah. Fucking right.
I'd hate if someone spoke to my dad, because they'd probably be like local comedian Franco's dad is every worst thing in the world. Like, lovely fella, I love him to bits. Like, but like even earlier on in the bar, we were in like a large fella walked in, and I could just see my dad like wanting to make a comment. Like, there's no need to do this. Anyone who looks slightly different from you don't need to make a comment about when they walk into a bar.
My ma, like I'm 34 now. Like, and if I meet like one of her like friends from like work, like, this is my wee baby, he's some baby. I'm like, Mom, I'm 34. I'm not a baby, you know.
But you're the youngest.
Yeah,
so
I'm the
he's
youngest,
the baby
yeah.
in the house.
Baby forever.
Yeah, I'm 34. Like,
That's how it goes.
Are you the youngest, or are you the oldest?
the eldest.
Eldest of how many siblings?
4.
4. Lovely. And are they all still in the States, or are they?
Yeah, they're all still in the States. My sister, she's 21. She's a stripper over in... Is that funny? She's a
Is
stripper.
that expected to come from?
She's a stripper. Have you not seen any of my sets? She's a stripper in South Carolina. And then I have...
and where exactly does she?
Ewa. And then you bring a lady on, and this is what she...
it's you that brought it.
Yeah, you brought it to this.
I'm
just want to get to know
trying
you.
to say she's an adult.
Okay,
And then
she can make her own choices.
the other two are like teenagers, and they live in Florida, 15 and 16. So they're,
Love.
you know...
And you're in Belfast, killing it,
Fast, you know,
Yeah.
living my best life.
enjoying the cold weather.
But you do love it here.
Yeah, I was
love
to say,
it
you-
here. I'm obsessed.
Because that's probably the main question we got is, what is your favourite thing about Ireland? We got a few questions asking that.
Really? I think my favorite. It's the people. As cheesy as it sounds, it's really the people.
They're just lovely, friendly.
They're friendly people. They're funny people. They're very hospitable.
Yeah.
People. You know.
See, I've been to Florida twice. Well,
Yeah.
when I say Florida, Orlando,
Yeah, well, that's where I kind of grew up. Is around there.
and that's where I will retire.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I hate Orlando.
Why?
It's hot. It's so hot.
Okay.
The people there are lunatics. They're complete lunatics. And I don't know.
Sold. Hot. Lunatics.
No.
Sold.
Food's good.
Food
Lots of
is-
there's a lot of Latin food. Have you ever had Latin food?
What is Latin food? I'm the most uncultured person ever.
So like Puerto Rican food, Cuban food.
See, Mexican is it close to like Mexican food? No.
It's I mean, it's flavored very differently.
Is it like more like fish and stuff?
No, I mean like it's still rice and beans and chicken. It's just completely different flavors.
Oh
for
no,
each
I've
country.
never had it. No.
I'm a sucker for a Cuban sandwich. Like, I absolutely love them. Like, yeah, really nice.
The absolute, not that, but I just want to put aside here because I had one yesterday. The absolute best burrito you're ever going to get is in a place in Dungannon, of all places, called Dax Burrito. Do you know it? Do you know what it is? It is
Now I wanna go.
It is unbelievable. I've been
Trip to
loads.
Dungannon.
I've been to loads of times. Like that, I go that much. The guy gives me discounts. I was his first ever customer, and a great fella too. And no, I know many times, 100, 200, I know loads of times, and never once have I went, it wasn't as good as the last time.
Shit. They do call Dungannon Little Mexico.
It's 100% fantastic.
Have you been to Publix in Florida?
Publix?
It's like a store. It's like a grocery store, but they have sandwiches.
No.
No?
I'm a big sandwich guy.
If you go to Florida for anything, for work or whatever, get a pub sub.
It's lethal.
It's
What's the recommendation?
only thing I go back to Florida for, other than my grandma.
It's have you got a favourite place in Belfast yet going for food since you've been, or
I like Kamakura.
Kamakura? I was had one yesterday.
Kamakura is probably my favorite.
The
Never
ramen
been.
or the sushi?
Sushi.
See, I'm not a big like ramen sushi guy. Like I'm primal. Like give me meat and as much meat as possible.
Outback. What is the place? The Outback Steakhouse you talked about in your set? It's fucking.
With the Australians that were there.
What do you call the thing? It's here, the blooming onion.
Yeah, the blooming onion. I'm like, you didn't grow up eating that, no?
Because my cousin said he was taking a business trip in America, and he said they went to America, and they were like, well, to the Outback Steakhouse, and they were like, you need to try a blooming onion, and
It's
they
so
said,
good.
he was
It's
like,
so good.
Anytime I go to like a Lebanese restaurant or like any kind of like Middle Eastern restaurant, I'll always make a point of talking to the guy that works there, and I'll say like, where are you from? And he'll say like Syria or Iraq,
Get the hookups.
Yeah.
and I always go, yeah, I'm originally from Syria, and he'll say, or you Muslim? And I'm like, alhamdulillah. 9 times out of 10 free food, like 9 yeah, that's a life hack.
Me and Brona, after James McKenny's birthday, we went over to this kebab place, and we were waiting for our food, and we were steaming. But I started talking to the guys that were working there, and I was like, "Look at us being brown together in this country," and I just kept going on and on and on. And then he just kept bringing us free food. He kept bringing us free food. Yeah. He was like, you guys just sit down, you have a great time. And he kept bringing us free food.
was that your first doner kebab?
That was my first ever kebab.
What's the opinions? I think they're all right drunk, but like sober, I look at it and I'm
I
like,
haven't had it sober, so I don't know.
Class. I love a good doner. Like
Yeah.
I have one constantly in my kitchen, like spinning. As much as I would love to.
wake up in the middle of the night, just walk over and start peeling bits off. Being like,
Yeah.
that's not
That
bad.
should be on your late night show. You should just have one on the stage.
2 chiller herd on it, just fucking, yeah.
Do you want to get a pull put in? No, I get
That'll be the show, Late Night Kebab.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I gotta make you guys rice and beans. Not because I'm a woman, but because
Sorry, I clicked at the wrong stage there.
because I would from
I was going to reference.
You're, that's right. After you do the laundry, put it on the
They're
line.
talking about the double tap. Welcome back to our wee podcast, the most misogynistic point. I was actually pointing because you are having you're hosting for
Yes, I
comedians this time next week.
I'm excited.
I'm very excited as
Very
well.
excited.
What are you doing, sorry?
I'm making dinner for a few people.
It's invite only,
good.
mate.
Yeah, it's
Stop
okay.
it.
It's okay.
Stop it.
It was.
Because you know what the true intention is.
I just
So,
could have said 9/11 was a long time ago, Chad. So forgive me.
well, you are welcome. You are welcome to join. You are welcome.
Can you bring the kebab spit?
Let's put it on top of the making lasagna.
Here, slap.
I'm making lasagna and meatballs. And then we have someone who's vegetarian, so I'm doing a meatless lasagna and meatless meatballs for that person.
Lethal. Our meatless meatballs just there. Sorry, that's shit banter.
Just balls.
So,
Good one.
well, there's moving to some questions.
Yeah. Let's go.
So, one of our first question is, how did King Kieran learn to unlock his phone? First question was, football one. Who's been your player of the season so far?
My player of the season? In what sport?
Soccer, football.
What's that guy's name? You know, he's the brown hair.
James Madison.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the one for me as well. Talal.
My player of the year this season so far is probably what do you call him? Probably trying to think. Not James Madison. I'm actually a big football fan. Like, there's so many answers. I'm so yeah.
Whoever sent this question in, because it's from Tuesday, fuck you.
Martin Odegaard.
Martin Odegaard, there we are then.
I don't know who any of these people are. You know, cheerleader of the year.
I'm gonna go. What's her name?
Is there
Reese Witherspoon? She was in that movie. Oh no, she's a lawyer in that. I'm getting confused. Legally Blonde.
Oh.
We'll keep moving on with the questions. Let me tell you about something I love, guys. I love pizza, and in particular, I love Pizza's 2 for Thursday deal. I love their new app. I love the fact that when I'm hungover, there is nowhere I would like to go. I want to smother myself in their garlic sauce, but unfortunately my mum would find that very weird if she came into my room and see me covered in garlic sauce. But I will drink it after I eat it, and let me tell you, I have no shame in doing that. It is unbelievable. Guys, get on it. Love pizza. See Domino's. See 4-star. 4-star in GTA. I'd be sending the police round to your place. Love pizza. Get on it. We got asked if you could be friends with one actor, who would it be?
If I could be friends with one actor, Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell, nice choice. Like,
Yeah.
I think that'd be. He keep you laughing anyway.
I think he's the funniest person.
Probably, what do you call him? Kano from Top Boy. Sully from
He
Top
just
Boy.
seems like he'd be very aggressive all the time.
But like he also raps and stuff too. Like so.
Yeah.
Are you into rapping?
Am I into rapping?
Yeah.
No, I love rap music. I can't rap.
You have done a rap plus.
I have done a rap. I have done a rap, yeah. But I'm not a rapper, no.
We were talking about what you'd be scared of coming out if you became famous. Would the rap video?
Nah, there's a lot more worse videos of me than that.
See, I'm someone who's always worried about what I say around people, which might not think on the spot at the best of times. And I'm always getting really nervous and stuff. So I think around Kano, I'd constantly be on my toes, being like, oh, I said the wrong thing. And
But it's you have to remember he's not a drug dealing murderer in real life. That's the main
he's a
thing.
normal guy.
Just a normal guy.
Yeah. just guys being dudes. It's better than this. I would go with Harrison Ford. I think he'd be grumpy as fuck, but I'd like to be his mate.
That's the fucking weirdest choice ever. Harrison Ford, cool.
Indiana Jones, Han Solo. But yeah, Harrison Ford. Give me him. We then got asked, what is the worst airport you've ever been in?
Easily Poznan.
Poznan?
Yeah, Poznan Airport is
Where's that?
Poland. Also, I was having the worst hangover of my life in Poznan Airport. It has 3 terminals and less than like 2 shops, no restaurants in it, nothing. And the smoking area in it is like this glass. It's like 30 people in like a phone box. Like literally, people are burning each other with fucking cigarettes. It's the grimmest experience of my life. Like the worst airport.
Fucking hell. I think Las Vegas is pretty bad. I felt when I was flying home, like, because everything was closed and I was just sat there like jet lagged, not feeling myself. Just like just get me back to Ireland. What about yourself?
I hate them all. I don't like going. Anytime I go through the little like detector, like the one where you put your body like this, I always get patted down every time. I think it's because I'm fat. I think they think I'm like hiding things, so they like have to feel around my entire body.
Oh fuck that!
Yeah, every time.
I think it's just creeps working.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
Do they just want to touch me? Yeah, I guess.
Oh yeah.
So
that's no. I think there's the whole going through security thing. I've short patience at the best of times. So
It
I'm
or Charles de Gaulle Airport in
The
Paris.
Paris one?
Yeah, fucking cap.
I went through Edinburgh Airport and there was an American fella and you can only get you're only at 100 mils in the thing. He had a massive thing of toothpaste and he goes, paste isn't liquid, it's different. I was properly arguing. I was like severely hungover and I was like, this is not what I need in my life. Like, yeah.
I will say they're nicer here than they are in America. Like all the airports in America, they're so mean and they're just yelling at you the whole time. Whereas here, they're kind of like, put this stuff in the bin.
Yeah.
But it's a little.
I like I don't mind going to airports. Don't mind like sitting in airports. But I could hang about an airport all day.
Yeah.
No, as long as it's not fucking Poznan. But what drives me insane is knowing that you're getting up to that point where you're going to put your stuff in. Just have your luggage out of your bag. Like be prepared.
Be prepared.
And see people who walk up to the thing because like you put your boarding pass now, and they get to the bit where you put hold on, fucking hooking through their bag. Just get it out.
Yeah. Slow travellers or
drives me. Like I have such a bad temper. Like when it comes to that.
You were saying about the TSA as well. Like they're quite aggressive in America. I remember my mum not wanting to take her shoes off and he's like, ma'am, remove your shoes. My mum was like
me and Bruno went to Liverpool a couple weeks ago and I had left my phone in my pocket. I didn't realize it because it was like 4 a.m. or so. And so I beeped when I went through the TSA And as soon as it started beeping, she is like, "This is the saddest thing I've ever seen," because I immediately was like this. I put my hands up, and she's like, everyone's looking at me, and I'm like, "I don't have anything. Like everything's okay." And it's like PTSD from living in America and going to their airports.
Well, in Liverpool, they're like, "That's fucking no bother, lads."
That's a great Liverpool accent. But bad experience in the airport was I was going. Actually, the first time I was actually going to Florida, actually, and I had got into a lot of trouble online, like I'm not gonna say it in this pod, but it was like, I'll tell you this offer, like this is like the worst trouble I've ever in my whole life. And I was flying to America, and so anyway, you can go through like customs in Dublin Airport.
Yeah.
So I literally, as I walked through the doors of Dublin Airport, so like, my face must hit like a facial recognition thing. Two of the Homeland Security guys,
Yeah.
Mr. JOMAR, come you and me. And I was like, oh shit, because I had got into a lot of trouble.
I really want to know.
I'll tell you offline. And
Is this
then,
the arms dealing?
no, I'll tell you offline. I don't really want to say it on the pod, to be fair, but because you're gonna ask what I said, and if I said that, cancelled.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and I remember getting quizzed up and down, and I had actually had an engagement ring in my pocket. I was going to propose to my girlfriend in Florida, and like just about made the flight, like
Fucking hell.
and then like I was just like so worried that they were going to take everything off me, and I was like, oh, fucking no ring, but I got there in the end. Like, but ever since then, anytime I go to an airport, like when I go to an airport now, I know my bag's getting put to one side, like every single time.
That's fucking mental as well, the facial recognition and stuff.
Yeah, but once I tell you what I did, you'll fully understand.
I'm excited.
Let's wrap up the pod for the week. Thanks very much.
Yeah, it's a bit of trouble.
I love Philadelphia Airport.
Is it?
Great airport.
Best airport.
Great airport.
I feel like I'm missing out here now.
It's small, but there's so many food options.
Yeah.
They could care less as long as you don't have a gun or knife. They're like, go ahead.
Yeah.
Get on further, you scamp. Knuckle
They
dusters.
have real criminals in Philadelphia,
Yeah.
so they're like, just go.
You run on, you scamp. They're like what is it, like a slingshot my brother tried to get free once, and you could buy them in Portugal in like the gift shops, and I think that they just looked at it and bend it like. But imagine if you're in a stricter airport, they would have been like, right, son, pack it in. What's the airport as well? We were going through in America, and it was in New York. We're flying back from.
Oh, Are you talking about the JFK?
Yeah.
It's a nightmare.
Oh, it's a crazy airport.
Yeah.
There was like it's Barnes and Noble, the big bookstore in America. And there's Barnes and Noble in there, and I found a Spider-Man comic that I've been down to read, but it still had the plastic cellophane on it. So I like stuck my nail on it and just opened it slowly, and then I started reading it, and the guard came over and went, "Son, I'm gonna need to speak to you." He goes, but then he was chatting, and he was like, "Where are you from? Austria?" And I went, "What?" And I was like,
What?
"What?" I need to go home to. I'm going to miss my flight. I bet I get my dad to come and buy it. Then it was fucking embarrassing, like. And
Oh shit.
yeah, even worse than finding out I'm a nerd. It was like,
You're a thief.
yeah. Of all the things to steal, a Spider-Man comic.
Oh well.
We've two more questions, guys, and then we'll. First question is from Nathan Crullers, who says, "Would you rather live in a tree or on the sea?"
Tree.
On the sea.
Tree.
Tree?
On the sea.
On the
Think
sea.
about how vast the sea is and the water.
I'm literally that. I would love to live on. I want to be a pirate. That is, if I get deported,
Is
my
there-
backup plan is to become a pirate. I'm not even joking. That's not a
Port
joke.
Rush. Hijacking rich people's yachts in Port Rush. You and Brona.
I think Bruno would go with me. And let's be a
The
pirate.
Anti-O podcast broadcast from the sea.
Selling fully loaded fire sticks. Just so I can see who's doing that from the boat. Like,
Guests have to row over, row back.
We'll get you on a jet ski. We'll jet ski you over.
no, I hate the water. Like,
What?
nah, fuck that.
I love swimming, like, it's in the, like, cold sea, like.
Yeah.
I like a pool. Like I like a swimming pool or something. But see, open water, like, no. The sea's a cruel mistress.
You're suddenly turning into a salty sea captain. Let me tell you about the sea.
took my lady. That's what they're from.
I went to Iceland, not the country, not the shop. And
I was gonna say, I just found out about the shop. I didn't know it was.
so we went to go. Me and my girlfriend went to go whale watching. And
I'm laughing at her laugh. It's just.
So of thing.
Right, so at this age I didn't really have a fear of like water or anything like that. So, well, I had no fear of being on water on a boat, right? But we were meant to sail out of Reykjavik, but we went to a wee place called Grindavik, and we were about an hour out, and next thing the sea just turned into like the movies. Like the boat was one like pointing up the sky, next thing hitting the water. And like the waves, like the water came on to the deck and knocked everybody over. It was like a fucking movie. Never seen a whale yet, so it was the worst fucking experience of my life. Like, and everybody was just being sick, and everybody was like, and I think I was only worse than the most not being sick. Like, and I was like, this is crazy. Just walking about, people vomiting everywhere. Like,
did you turn around and listen, boys? The sea's a cruel mistress.
and it was freezing. Like, I mean, proper cold. Like, freezing.
Like I don't know if you guys do this, but before the water was starting to get weird, I would go swim in the ocean like early in the morning. I love it.
No.
I've done it more like on holiday. Like here, I can't tackle the cold at all.
No.
I love on holiday swimming in the sea. Like, or
I would love.
I can get in. I can. What is it?
I would love death by ocean.
Where's Jasmine at the sea? Has or no?
Yeah.
See, when I say swimming in the sea, it's more like I just sort of stand there.
Put your feet in.
You know, I stand and you know the massive waves. Try and get them to hit me. So I go what?
But I also like in the sea. There's things like the seaweed and all touches your feet, and I'm like, nah.
See Kieran on like a boogie board.
Oh yeah. I remember my mum paying for me to go on a surf lesson, and I came back and was like, "Oh, I stood for like 5 seconds." No, my mum was like, "I was watching you, you lamp." It's like, I have eyes. And I went, "Oh, how did I get caught in this lie?"
I just don't like it at all. Like,
really?
Yeah, I went on a stag do last year, 2 years ago, to Sligo, and the main activity was like jumping off like big like cliffs into the water. Like I jumped into the water like from the height of that table and panicked. Like I'm not easy pulled out of the water. There was about 5 people pulling me out of the water.
Do you not know how to swim?
I do know how to swim.
But it's just the shock of it, or
I tried to put my feet in the ground, and I was like, why am I touching the ground here? Get me out. And then it's all, the water tasting salty and all.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And then it makes your hair all soft.
Nah, fuck that.
I do like the feeling of the waviness in the hair after, like the sea salt spray. It's fucking
no.
It's a cruel
We'll
mistress.
have fun in the tree with all the bugs and animals and
Do you imagine
gross stuff.
chilling out with squirrels and shit? Be good crack, like.
Squirrels.
If I woke up and a squirrel was sitting over me, I'd probably spark it out.
See, I'm a child of the desert, you see, so that's why I have really long eyelashes. I have ridiculously long.
Yeah, they are quite.
I
Well, I only just noticed it. You got lovely eyes as well, brown eyes.
That's you. Are you hitting me here?
Over to yours for a kebab.
It's always the kebab, the what? Yeah, it's the eyelashes is to keep the sand out of my eyes. Like that's why all Middle Eastern men have lovely eyelashes.
I didn't know that.
Every day's a school day.
But great story
I
to
feel
tell.
like it feels true.
That's your channel, man.
Yeah.
Is that how you got for security? You've got lovely eyelashes.
Yeah.
We've got one more question, then we'll wrap up. Which
Yeah.
is, have you ever had an experience with food you previously liked that put you off it for life? And this came from my dad, who watched me eat crisp cut fries today and was like, "They made me sick once. I fucking hate them." So. I'm gonna go 15s. Can't stand 15s.
Why?
I ate one on one day and was vomited after, so I was like, never again.
Like a good Muslim, I used to eat pork sausages, and I remember like I got our canteen in work. I got like 2 pork sausages, 2 bits of toast, wee sausage sandwich, you know. Projectile vomited like 5 minutes later. See now, I can't even look at a pork sausage. Like
That's all I going, lad.
I was Allah smiting me. But then I've never had. Well, I suppose I always get a real bad hangover from taking a drink too. Like I'm not supposed to drink either. But when in Rome, as I say.
Yeah, when in the capital.
Yeah.
What about yourself?
My mom used to make weird, like, we didn't have a lot of money, so she would just make some weird stuff sometimes. But she would always make this mixture. It was like canned green beans, canned corn, and canned beets or beetroot. And she'd put it all in one bowl and call it a salad. I can't eat any of those things.
Canned beans, beetroot in particular, I think is
NSPCC lady there.
Yeah. If any of your kids,
I can eat green beans.
if any of your kids have been forced to eat beetroot,
I still have 2 siblings at home suffer.
Yeah. My mother took me to Tyrone NSPCC.
Well, folks, we've done about 15 minutes there, so thanks so much for coming on. Do you have anything you just want to shout out before we head on?
Just follow me on socials.
Yes, 100%. Jazz.
Same.
And the Anti-O podcast as well.
Oh yes, the Anti-O.
And keep coming out to support local comedy.
Yeah,
we
100%.
appreciate it all.
I want to give a shout out to some of my family. We have a family member isn't, on a more serious note, isn't the best at the minute, and one of my family members is a couple of my family are doing a sponsored walk. And just if you could possibly donate, the link will be in my bio and also in the YouTube bio of this episode, hopefully. And if you could donate to that, it'd be a great cause. Thank you very much. And on a less serious note, No Joke is back on the 12th of October, featuring Johnny Bowe, James McKegney, Heller Anderson, James Downey, and Rory McSwiggan, and Ian Thompson MCing, and of course RB Comedy Club. Every week, you guys have done it regularly and stuff. So
yeah, it's a great room.
So yes, 100%. Just come down to that, and as always, follow us on Instagram if you haven't already. See where we're gigging and where we're at. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. Next week, 3 of us will be back. But for now, I want to say thank you so much to both of you for coming in, filling in. It's been a massive help. Shout out to producer Aidan as well for all the help. Guys, I think that's a pod.
Yep, thank you.
Yes,
See you all later.
So much fun.
See you later.
Bye.